Hi guys, welcome back to B Adventures. We got a car maintenance video today. As you saw, I was just plugging in my car battery, getting it charged up again. So I hadn't driven my car regularly, so the battery had gone flat or drained. Basically, if you don't drive your car regularly, the alternator cannot trickle charge or slowly charge the battery. So it's just, you know, the nature of it. So yeah, that's on me just for not driving it much. But I thought this would be a great opportunity, especially for people who are a bit fearful or new to car maintenance, to learn some of the basic stuff. Believe it or not, I have met grown men and grown women who do not even know this basic stuff, and it occurred to me sometimes we're just a little bit embarrassed to ask for help, or you know, sometimes we can just be a little bit embarrassed or sheepish. So basically, just going to run through the basic maintenance that every car owner should do, and it also applies to some motorbikes as well. Alright, let's check it out. Now, while the battery is charging, we'll put that to the side. My quick charger. Now here's the dipstick. Motorbikes and cars, they usually have a dipstick somewhere to tell you where the oil is. So all you have to do is pull it out and clean it. This is for the noobs. Be nice to the noobs, guys. As you can see, just let the camera focus, there's my oil, my dipstick, the low marker at the bottom and the high marker at the top. So as you can see, I'm overfull, that's fine. And my oil is nice and amber, nice yellow or amber color. So if that's low, below the full mark here, obviously you need oil. So to get a proper reading, just say it was all mushy or messy, just clean it with a tissue or paper towel, newspaper, scrap paper, anything will do, a rag. Put it back in, seat it properly, take it back out, and that's how you get a reading. See, so mine's a little bit overfull, but it's got nice clean oil because I did change the oil recently. But just in case it was low oil, I'll show you guys how to also top it up. So the next step is identify your oil cap. Sometimes it's here, whatever. Just be careful, they're often made of plastic. So if it's stuck, you can tap it until it comes loose. Don't just hit it with a metal hammer, you might break it off. But see that, it came loose? But just say it was stuck, I can even hit like that until you loosen it up. Okay, but just be careful if it's made of plastic. But like I said, even if it's stuck, don't be scared. Just keep tapping it until you work it loose. So obviously take your oil cap off. Now, some of you may have seen this in my Philippines videos. Soda bottle. Cut a soda bottle or water bottle, you've got yourself a funnel. Guys use it to refuel their cars or obviously for the oil. So you pour the oil straight into the top of the engine or the motor, whatever you like to call it. So as you saw, mine was full, but just to give you an example. Here's a bottle of oil. Any oil will do. Obviously you check the appropriate type for your car. I prefer thicker oils because I'm in Australia, you know, hot country. Same in Southeast Asia. I noticed 20 watt 50 was a very common grade. What that means is the thickness of the oil. And what people don't understand is the oil is 20 watt 50 now. When the car heats up from driving and also being in a hot country, like hot Australia or hot Philippines or whatever, it becomes even thinner and it thins out and it can even burn off. So that's why I just typically prefer thicker oils. I don't want to get into the oil debate, guys. This is just for the noobs. So it's 20 watt 50, meaning this is, I think, the thinness in the cold and the thickness, sorry, the thickness in the cold and the thinness in the heat. But anyway, so you'd obviously take this off and just slowly pour in a little bit at a time. This bottle, as you can see, has a measure, a level. So you just pour in a little bit at a time, like 100 mils or 500 mils at a time. and then keep checking the dipstick until you're happy that it's full. Now I should also mention the reason why motor oil is so important. If you drive your car or motorbike without it, your engine can blow up, the engine or motor. It must be lubricated. So 1, it absorbs heat, but 2, it lubricates all the parts moving around. Okay, so that's why it's so important. The next basic one is your water reservoir for your radiator. This is the radiator that cools down the whole car. See, mine just lifts up like that. It locks into here. And mine is already just below maximum. This is the maximum and minimum. Max and min. So I'll just adjust it for the camera. So mine is already around here. I want to hold it level. That's fine, because when it heats up, it boils. It's like hot, very hot water, and it will rise up to here. So if yours is minimum or lower, then just add enough, just so it's in the middle, so it has some expansion room. It doesn't have to be maximum full. All you need is, you can use clean boiled water or filtered water, especially in an emergency. Don't hesitate, just do it. Just adjusting my wires. What the heck? Yeah. In an emergency, don't hesitate. Now you can buy the water from a auto store, and it's basically just filtered and boiled water, you know, very clean water. The reason why it can go through your radiator and corrode the radiator, but even just plain tap water in an emergency, meaning if this was empty or low. This is my air filter intake. Obviously this is a very nice aftermarket one, but also your air filter, take it out and just give it a clean. Give it a brush or a blast with compressed air, just to make sure your air filter is nice and clean. I've already cleaned mine, mine's down there. Alrighty, now we're looking at the tyres. I actually cleaned them up just to make it a little bit easier to see on camera because they're a bit old and dirty. Now, as you can see here, my fingers here, it says maximum pressure 50 psi. 50 psi. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in just so you guys, I can prove it to you. Now I use a sports tyre. Your tyres may vary. See, 50 psi. So when I go to the gas station or service station, I'm going to pump up to 40 psi, meaning because these are sports tyres, I only need to put 40, but it's just to show you the maximum pressure. And you guys obviously decide what you like. I'll tell a quick story. So as you can see, I've got these sports wheels and tyres. They're called a low profile, and they have a steel radial, meaning steel mesh on the wall here. So there's no inner tube. So a friend of mine debated with me of what's the correct tyre pressure, and he just left it. He just argued and left it because he was lazy. What happened was later, boom, one of his tyres blew up. And he got really upset and he asked for my help, so of course he's my friend and went to help him. What we found was on the inside, in here, on the inside of the tyre, it had ripped. It looked like someone just ripped a piece of fabric. Because the tyre pressure was so low, it just tore open. Because his wheels were dragging, or his tyres were dragging, so that's why that's so important. So you guys decide what's correct. He had a more basic stock standard factory tyre, and they probably only needed about 35 or 34 psi. But when we checked the other tyres, so the other 3 tyres that did not blow up, they were down to around 24, 25 psi. So you could see how much it dropped. So that's why I like to put 40. Even if it drops a couple of psi, I'm still in the 30s. I'm still pretty safe. He had let his get so bad, it just ripped right open. So something so basic, you know, once a month, just check your tyre pressure and make sure it's okay. Success! Well, there you have it guys, some basic car maintenance. As you can probably hear, the car's running. I need to go run some errands and go get some stuff done. But believe it or not, this is actually the process when I come back from a trip. So every time I come back from Philippines or whatever, this is what I have to do. I have to check the car's working or get it working, and then go run errands, you know, go do groceries and stuff like that. So I'll go get those things done, and then we'll finish up later.